Once again, thank you for staying this late afternoon to hear us talk a little about automated project management for higher margins. So, as said, I'm the CEO and founder of Moovila. We focus on automated project and work management. And we're the only platform in the world that does for projects what RMM does for endpoints. And just to sort of put a point on it, because everybody here is obviously very familiar with the concept of endpoint management, right? RMM. And an endpoint for a partner, the failure rate within a given month could be 1 to 5%, right? And you're trying to improve that endpoint performance by using something like RMM because it drives your cost down, your margins. The idea of getting rid of RMM and having to do that manually would create massive risk for you and massive risk for your customers. But the average failure rate of a task in a project, according to Harvard Business Review and PMI, is 20 to 25%. So now you have a failure rate in a task, in a project, that's 5 times as high as an endpoint. And most partners have as many tasks in projects as they do endpoints to manage. So this creates massive risk. And we have a lot of our customers who said, hey, this has been a game changer for us. It's massively increased our comfort and our level of security and how we manage our relationships for our customers. So what is Perfect Project? Perfect Project is the platform, this autonomous work and project management platform that we deliver to the partner community. And it is a fully functioning project and portfolio management platform with automated functions across portfolio, project management, resource management, scheduling, time management, project budgeting and finance, with full dashboards and reporting. And most importantly, for this community, bespoke, detailed, bi-directional interfaces with all the major PSAs. This is critical because you're going to need to use, and we understand that your PSA is your single source of truth in that process. However, today, you're operating off of bad data in many cases in the world of your project, right? And this contaminates the business intelligence across your entire enterprise. It contaminates communications to your customers when you give them bad dates. It contaminates scheduling. It contaminates your resourcing, your budgeting, and your finance. So really, really important to improve the fidelity of that. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how we do that with our AI engine and our technology. So there are a lot, you can't swing a dead cat without finding some sort of project management solution, right? But there are some things, as we talked about, that fundamentally we have all the table stakes to the major project management platforms, and we can talk about that. We know, and I think it's no surprise, that for a majority of the PSAs in the MSP space, their project management functionality just isn't kind of up to snuff. It doesn't provide a robust value. But even the large-scale project management platforms, because they lack this automation, it's just not possible for a human being to keep up with all of the data points to accurately track and manage that. Once again, just like it's not possible for a human being to manage all the endpoints. So what are the 1, 2, 3s that set Perfect Project apart from the other platforms? There are 3 things that we talk about: automated timeline management, automated scheduling, and automated project financials. And these all drive margin, customer relationship, and profit for the business, and ultimately growth. So let's talk about these things one at a time. So first, automated timeline. Because of the bi-directional sync, the minute you set the platform up, we synchronize and pull in all the project information from your existing platform, and you can use our AI agent to do a couple of things. One, we've got the world's only project debugger and AI agent coach that will guide even an inexperienced engineer or project coordinator through the process of building a robust and well-structured plan. And one of the benefits around this is a radically improved timeline accuracy. So when you're communicating that data, it's accurate. You can also increase span of control. So we have customers that have doubled their project management volume while adding no headcount in the process. So once again, similar metaphor to the idea of what RMM did. Increasing the PM skills for the people who are managing these, because in many cases you may not be able to have a suite of project managers. And one of the surprising things that we learned was improved CSAT scores. So a lot of our customers came back to us and said, hey, we had kind of rough CSAT scores for our project data, and those went up dramatically into the high 90s. And some of them were in the 60s, and we said, why? And they said, well, we are delivering on time more. But what we're doing is we're delivering information with fidelity to our customers. And because this is still a relationship business, us knowing what we're talking about in deliveries and saying and managing delays early are critical to maintaining that trust. From automated timelines, you can get to automated scheduling. So automated scheduling is about engineer utilization, radically decreased scheduling effort, knowing that you're getting all of the accurate information about those engineers. All of their calendar data, whether that's out in Google or Microsoft, all of their ticket data, all of the project data, and because those timelines are automated, you know you can trust the data that you're looking at. And decreasing that schedule churn, which is so inefficient for organizations. And then finally, automated project financials. So one of the things that we list outside the MSP industry as well, and there are some common themes, and one of the themes that came up in this industry was the idea of cost overruns. Budgeting a project for 100 hours, only to find out, hey, it took us 300 hours to deliver that. And the problem is, in many cases, organizations were finding out about this 3 months after the project. You can't really go back and go to your customer and say, yeah, we already invoiced you, we closed, and we billed you, but it turns out we were 300% over budget. The customer says, hey, you know what do you expect me to do about it? Having real-time financials and understanding when that project is sideways in flight allows organizations to go back, have that conversation with their customer to say, hey, the estimate was wrong, these things arose in the process, we're going to have to make an adjustment, and customers are finding now that they can have that conversation and recapture that cost. So very important. And also revenue recognition. Such a problem for this industry in many cases. Automating that process can save massive amounts of time and improve the accuracy around that revenue recognition. So as we talk about sort of what features and functions, we talk about, well, what about you versus the competition? So when you talk about, and I have not listed the PSA project management platforms because once again, they're not super robust, especially for mid and large size organizations, and they find that they have to go to other platforms for this. So when you think about those other platforms, and at the end of this conversation, if you message me on LinkedIn, we can send you the deck. And my customer success team also said they will send you 5 bars of exotic chocolate from around the world. So if you want the deck and some good chocolate, please message me on LinkedIn and we'll get that sent to you. But there's a whole list of functionality that organizations need around project management. And of course, we have all of those tools, dates, and process, plus some additional functions that are really critical, like anchor dating, which allows you to specify a critical date for delivery and backdate the entire project and communicate to you if that timeline is off in any way, shape, or form. But ultimately, it is about the automated timelines, automated scheduling, and automated financials that really make a dramatic change for your organization. We have the world's first and only project debugger and an AI agent called Carmen that once again automatically guides individuals through the process of project remediation and tracking. We've got something called an RPAC score. Think of it like a credit score for the projects. So you as a leader don't have to know anything about the projects in your portfolio. It's a 0 to 1,000 number. If you see a low number, you know one of 2 things exists. 1, it's a bad project plan, it was structured poorly. Or 2, you've got a critical path delay or a resource problem. And you don't have to know the details, but you can certainly go to your PM or people running the project and go, hey, why is this at 240? Like, this doesn't make sense, and they can resolve it. And the software will help them resolve, guide them through with wizards and agents to track and manage that. And as we talked about, having a complete picture on the scheduling is a critical component to accurately scheduling those resources. A lot of our customers say, hey, one of the nicest things about having this platform now is that it's radically decreased the unpleasant surprise. When a customer calls and says, hey, what happened to this project? Why are we late? Or why are you just telling me now that we're 60 days late? It feels like this should have been knowable. And it does always feel knowable. And the reason why it's knowable is not because you have bad project managers. It's not possible for a human being to do all of the calendar math across your entire portfolio of work. So this idea of digitally transforming, getting into this idea of autonomous project monitoring and management is critical. And the last component that we talk about here is this idea that, hey, you do need to have these native PSA integrations because you are in your PSA as a single source of truth and managing that process. So there are significant margin benefits that you can associate around this. If you do want the deck, like I said, you can either message me on LinkedIn, we have to send it, and we have some Moovila boys that would be happy to scan your badges as well. But thank you very much for your time here at the conference and giving us an opportunity to talk about our platform.